the help of our loyal partners. Today they represent many different countries around the world. Startup Grind from Japan, Brink Accelerator, LinkedIn in local India, Edge 196, The Gain, 100 Open Startups also from India, Fever, Startups India, and Med Labs. Thank you all guys for your support. Please check their websites and social media to find even more opportunities for great funding, profitable funding, and quick fundraising. And now it's time for the introduction of our official.
Okay, yes, Kate, thank you so much. And before we will start the pitch competition, please greet our honored judges who volunteered the valuable time to our event today. So, dear judges, please introduce yourselves and funds you represent shortly for 1 minute, pointing out the industry, check size, date, and geographical location of startups you invest in. But first, we would like to introduce our new category of judges. Am I right, Anna?
Absolutely, Lena. We have official judges now who represent not only the fund they are from, but also the country or location that they are leader in their community. And I would like to start with our founder and CEO, Alexander Soroka, who represents startup network ecosystem and knows all about startups all over the world. Alexander.
Hello, Anna. Hello, Lena. Katya.
Great to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. So, hello and welcome to our Unicorn Battle. Our funds usually invest up to 500K today. We industry agnostic, we geographically agnostic, and we prefer to invest on seed and around A stages. Thank you.
Welcome on board. And from Pakistan, today we have Mr. Umar Sheikh, who is founder and CEO at Makhata and RZ Ventures.
Hi, you already know my name. It's Umar Sheikh. I am an entrepreneur based out of Pakistan. It's a growing market. It's an untapped, fertile market, and a lot of Pakistani startups have raised investments over the last year and a half after the COVID hit. I'm basically an early stage investor, and I'm really excited and looking forward to listening to all the pitches. Thank you.
Wonderful. Welcome on board. Great to have you. And from great country of Kazakhstan, we are having today Mr. Marat Tolibayev, who is founder and the investment holding Activat and the head of the closed investor club, Pragmatic. Marat, that's time to present yourself.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Nice to see all of you. My company Activat is one of private company in Kazakhstan, investing company. We looking for startups in Middle Asia, Russia, and other countries around this area. Our middle check is around 100,000 US, and we are looking for startups anytime, and I hope that we'll find some of them today. Good luck.
Well, I really do hope too. We are going to have some wonderful discoveries. Welcome on board. And presenting India, today is Mr. Gaurav Shah, managing partner at Areta Ventures. Gaurav, great to see you.
Hi, Anna. Good to see you. Hello, everyone. This is Gaurav. I'm a managing partner at Areta Ventures. We are based out in Mumbai and San Francisco. We are largely a strategy consulting firm to private equity and venture capital firms in Silicon Valley and Wall Street. And we also write ticket sizes ranging from $100,000 to $500,000 for startups, and for private equity deals, they go from $20 million and above. Good to be here, Lena, Kat, Alex, and all the official judges and participants. My best wishes to you all. Thank you.
Welcome, Gaurav. And presenting Bangladesh, Niral Rahman. He's CEO at Bangladesh Angels. Niral, it's time to speak up.
Hi, everyone. This is Niral. Really great to be amongst this really great panel and obviously amongst good friends at the Startup Network. My name is Niral. I'm the CEO of Bangladesh Angels. We're the first and largest angel investor network based in Bangladesh, but we do have investors around the world. We typically cut checks between $100,000 to $400,000, and we look for companies either already working on Bangladesh or that we can bring to Bangladesh. But really looking forward to hearing all the pitches and seeing what we can bring to a very fast-growing and exciting market. Thank you so much.
Great to have you, Niral, with us. And Lena, but
Yeah, let's continue, guys.
Yes,
so
we have wonderful expert board also, right?
Yeah, sure. So, dear judges, if you want to represent your fund and yourself, please press yellow button, raise hand, and we will continue. Yes, please. Who would like to be the first?
I see Burak, yes.
So
hello from Istanbul.
Hello. Yeah.
My name is Burak Günser. I'm managing partner from Boğaziçi Ventures. We have two active funds. One of them is BV Growth, which supports growth stage startups. Our ticket size is between $500,000 to $3 million. Some of our focus areas are gaming, fintech, blockchain tech, and AI. Our second fund is BVB, which is a venture builder studio that invests around 40 to 50% into venture and become an operating co-founder within the startup. Thank you for this great organization.
Thank you. Great to have you with us today. So, Mohit, the stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. This is Mohit Sheikh. I'm representing TPL Ventures. I am currently the CEO of TPL Ventures. We are a small VC fund based out of Pakistan. We are a part of a larger technology conglomerate group called TPL Corp. We usually make investments in the series A, pre-series A and seed rounds, and then we continue to follow on with these investments with ticket sizes of usually $100,000 to $500,000. And we are primarily focused on our investments in the startup space in Pakistan. It's still underdeveloped, but we are playing an active role to support the local ventures with regards to mentorship, expanding their business and investments. So this is primarily it from my side.
Thank you. Welcome. So, Alexey Zhirkov.
Hello. I have to the project experts.
Sorry, the sound is not good.
And the participants.
Yes, please, you can continue.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better. Yeah.
Okay, I represent a Russian-based family office with international investments. We currently have about 25 companies in our portfolio. Our ticket size, our sweet spot in terms of the check is about $1 to $2 million. When it comes to industries, we're industry agnostic. Probably one thing we're not going to ever take a look at is mid-tech. Tried, too difficult. Otherwise, look forward to find new interesting targets and continue the conversation.
Thanks a lot. Welcome. So, Thomas.
Yeah, hi. My name is Thomas Abraham. I'm based in New Delhi, and I run a business accelerator, which is focused on B2B SaaS startups. And our focus is really to take early stage B2B SaaS companies, which are perhaps below $1 million in revenue, expand them globally with a specific focus, in the US market. Currently, we have 15 companies in our portfolio. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. So, Ratnahar.
Thank you, and I think it's a great initiative and nice to meet all the worldwide angel networks and accelerators and fund houses. I thank you a lot for giving an opportunity. Coming back to Hyderabad Angels, we started investing more than a decade now, invested in almost 50 plus startups and seen the growth of Indian startup story. So our sweet spot has been between $100K to $1 million in startup investments, and we are sector agnostic, geography agnostic. So we invested in Spain, we invested in Singapore, we invested in US, we invested in India. So we have investments across the world, and it would be a good opportunity to see startups coming across the world. I welcome all. Thank you.
Welcome. So Karan.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, everybody. This is Karan Varma from Far Network. We are an investor network based in Delhi, and we invest in, as of now, Indian startups, and we have invested in 35 of them as of now. And our typical check size ranges from 50K USD to 500K USD as a network. And yeah, we're looking forward to grow globally as well with the help of you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. Preeti.
Namaste. Let's stay in India still. My name is Preeti Chaudhary, and I am the founder of LinkedIn Local India, which is also a partner of the Asian APAC region with Startup Network. Thank you, Lena, Kate, Alex, Anna, Natalie, and all the rest of the team. It is always a pleasure being here. Lovely to see some new faces. Ratnakar, Assalamu alaikum, Omar, and quite a few out here. All the best to everybody pitching today. Please remember you have 3 minutes. That makes all the difference. Please tell us your story in that time. Otherwise, I'm a super connector, a speaker, a mentor at quite a few incubators and accelerators spread across the country, working for the inclusion of more women as founders and investors. Great to be here. Let the competitions roll and may the best team win. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Preeti. So let's continue. John, are you with us?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. My, background is a little bit strange, putting like red lights on my face. But anyways, hi, everybody. Hope all families, friends staying safe and healthy and most likely happy. My name is Crazy John, Kojo Moriwaka from Japan. And I'm very happy to be here. Thank you so much, Anna, Lena, Kate, Alex, to invite me. So I'm advising, we are Silicon Valley Ventures advisory firm for a few venture capitals and focusing on medical device and digital health and deep technology. And also we are aiming to bring SaaS business from around the world to Asia Pacific, especially Japan. I'm also official columnist of Forbes Japan. So I love to write about innovation and startups and venture capitals from your countries. Very happy to see everybody. Best luck to all of you. Thank you. Love from Japan.
Thanks a lot, John. Welcome. So guys, who would like to be the next one? Please raise your hand.
I saw Thomas was raising a hand. Thomas?
I've already said my piece. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Sorry, missed it out. Okay, Ras is next one.
Hello, everyone. This is Ras from Singapore, and I represent Quest Ventures as well as Social Collider. And pardon my balding hair, I just took part in a charity events to shave the hair to raise money for children with cancer. Right. So coming back, so Quest Ventures is Singapore's and Southeast Asia's leading impact fund, a leading technology fund where we invest into early stage startups in the technology space. And our ticket size ranges from $50,000 US to 1 million. And some of the names, if you're familiar with this space in the Singapore Southeast Asia space, includes Carousel, Caro, and which are valued at more than $1 billion each. Right, so they are kind of our unicorn. And Singapore, as you know, it's small, so any unicorn is a big unicorn to us. And likewise, we also have some projects with Kazakhstan, right? And happy to share more later. So all the best to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome again. So, who would like to be the next one, guys? Yes, please. Okay. That means we can continue. Dear judges, before we will start, and dear guests, before we will start the hottest part of our battle today, let me explain you some details about how we will vote in today. So, dear judges, to start voting, you have just click the link you have got on mail, and you will be redirected to the event page. So you have to scroll down. Scroll the page to the startup section, and you will see You will see the logos and marks beneath. You have to put marks depending on investment potential from 1 to 5, where 5 is the highest mark and 1 is the lowest. You have just pay attention that you have just put marks without any confirmation buttons, and you could change marks before the voting will be closed. If you need some help, please let us know in chat. Our support team can advise you. So that's all from my side. Kate, the stage is yours now.
Yeah, I just said that each founder will have 3 minutes for pitch and 3 minutes for Q&A. We recommend and advise not to mention any fundraising out loud because we are streaming worldwide and some countries may have restrictions in this regard. To answer questions related to fundraising, you can use private or public chats here on Zoom. So, not to waste time, please meet our first startup for today. It's also the winner of Unicorn Pitches India, hosted by Subrata Patra and his company, Almond Solutions. Abhinav, sorry if I will make mistakes in your names.
No, that's totally fine. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and is my time starts now?
Yes, if you are ready, we can start.
Okay, I'll just put a timer on my side as well. Okay. So with that, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I am CEO and co-founder of Almond Solutions. We are a suite of digital experience solutions, a SaaS, PaaS, and cloud-based platform. August 2019, there was two major things happened. One, NASA launched their first mission to the sun. And way back in India, we were enabling digital interaction between the CM of a state to 200,000 citizens and assembly members. There is one thing common between these two teams, between NASA and us, that highly ambitious teams were working on a project and their vision for futuristic opportunity was bright. And this big opportunity that I want to highlight today is accelerated by 5 to 7 years because of the shift in our behavior, the transition of offline to online engagements, internet and increased penetration of smartphone and the power of data that gets generated because of the experiences delivered by our video, virtual and digital experiences. We call them digital experiences, and the world believes they are the future of work, education, events, and activations. It's a $300 billion market with a CAGR of 33%. And Trends and Exchange even extends it to more than $700 billion plus market. Before I talk about our products, we have also bagged 5 Guinness Book of World Records for hosting world's largest digital experiences on our platform. Almond, that is an abbreviation for Activating Last Mile on Digital, is a suite of digital experience solutions. Our hero products are India's most customizable and engaging virtual and hybrid events platform, Vertex. We have hosted 100 plus world-class experiences on this. Our second hero product is a video and audio engagement platforms that enables digital community engagement on an internet agnostic ecosystem with 10 million plus engagements. We have been thriving on this space. Our other platforms are automated webinar platform, instant reward and gratification platform. Some of our ambitious projects are V-commerce, a virtual commerce platform, and personalized video platform. Our traction has been amazing with 70 plus amazing global clients and 80% repeat and referral. We have delivered 200 plus interesting projects and we have touched around 500 million plus audiences on our products. Our work is widely appreciated by the likes of the World Bank to Hyundai, Honda, from the Coca-Cola to Nestle, from the Guardian to UNICEF. They have been using our products in quite innovative ways. Though we have received a lot of recognitions, something which is close to us is the Director General's honor that we have received for our philanthropic work in the state of community by the state of Punjab in India. We have been trashing our competitors because we have been delivering 40% better engagements, 35% fast to market, and 25% cost-effective platforms. Because cost and customization is the most important thing when we talk about how we compete with others. We are driven by engagements via gamification, e-rewards, 360-degree solutions, and hybrid experiences. And that shows in our numbers. Last year, we crossed $1.2 million in just one location. This year, we are tracking for 6 reasons, and with partnerships, we can easily cross $20+ million. Over the next 5 years, we can cross $300 million. And
sorry for interrupting. Let's discuss your team at the Q&A session. Great pitch. Thanks for your passion.
So the judges, if you have some questions, please raise your hand.
Alexander?
Yes, thank you for your pitch, really great. And as I understand, you are in the virtual events market, correct?
That's one piece of it. We have video engagements platform as well.
As well, okay, okay. And so we saw already several competitors in Canada, in other parts of the world, in Russia. So you told that you can launch the event very fast. So can you tell us more about it and maybe tell us the case when our event, we decide to make our event in virtual reality using your platform? What will be the customer story for us?
Okay, great. So I want to show you something quickly. This is how the event markets is scattered. There are 3 types of event, from self-managed platforms, which is like Zoom, the one that we are having right now. From the custom platforms, these are like the world, something bigger, like, Miss World, for example. And then there are hybrid events which we host. These are customized. That means not just on a 2D platform, but also on a 3D platform. And we also have AR and VR enabled platform. We work with you because in events market, customization and cost is the real factor. REST technology is just a sugar on the cake. So what we normally do is we work with the teams to personalize these experience expectations first. We customize this platform very fast. Normally, we have taken from 3 days to probably 1.5 weeks to customize the platform. And then the real important thing is the power of plug and play. So we have 50+ features. And as a customer, you can choose what features you want at what point of time. And then we create the interactive experiences around them. And to let you know, this is the 75% of the total events market that I'm talking about.
What is the price for us as for client will be, or maybe
okay.
You can...
Okay, yeah. Great. So we start from $99 for a very lightweight event too, and we have done a biggest event which is approximately $60,000.
And how many clients do you have today?
We have hosted 200+ experiences. We have 70 our own clients with 80% repeat and referral. We also have an agency reseller model where they have hosted 200+ events. So overall on our platform, we have hosted around 350+ events in this year.
Okay, thank you very much. I have much more question, but I see the judges on the line, so thank you.
I'll be more than happy to interact with you one-on-one.
So Rav, your question, please.
Abhinav, you mentioned in your financials that in 2021, you would achieve $24 million compared to $1.2 million last year, right? Yes. Given that we are already in July, have you reached the halfway mark of $12 million? And if not, what would it take for you to get from 1 to 24 million, which is quite ambitious? I'm not saying it's not possible, but could you walk me through the numbers you achieved and what you can achieve further?
Sure. So last year, these numbers were based on the work that only we have done. This year, we also opened it up for agency reseller partnerships. We have also opened it up for Singapore and Middle East, in Dubai particularly. So that's one reason, because the local language and customization plays a very important role in growing this up. We started in India, we start from April to June. So this particular Q1, which we call from April to June, is something that we are still working on. Our numbers are higher, but certainly in order to reach 24, we need to reach out to 6 particular reasons, which we talked about. And also one important factor here is a partnership. So right now we are in talks with 2 telecom leaders worldwide who will be also enabling our services as their enterprise offerings. And that means we will be opened up for 400,000+ enterprise companies that they will be working with us. as per the expectations, even if we'll touch only 1% of their customers, and out of that 1%, only 1% will host this number is even bigger that to shoot up for this year.
I think, Abhinav, I will let other judges ask the question, but there are too many business models and you might want to narrow it down to one and then take one at a time. Thank you, though. Thank you.
Thanks, Gaurav. Thanks, Abhinav. Great pitch. Time is over. Let's move to the second startup.
Thank you, everyone.
I'm beside you Incorporation from Japan, Shozo. Mind
Yes.
that you have only 3 minutes if you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let's start.
Okay. Hi, I'm Shozo Kabiya, founder of I'm Beside You Inc. We are founded for healing the pain of COVID-19. Now, every person all over the world communicates via online. But online communication creates black box. It's really hard to feel people's reaction via online. So we create system analyzing people's reaction by multimodal AI. We analyze facial expression, face orientation, gaze, and voice. Reaction is different person by person. So we analyze relative change in each person continuously. Once you set our camera up, like Snap Camera or Moohoo, our app analyzes your face and voice and gesture and visualize your engagement, mental health status, quality of communications. It brings continuous improvement for online communication. You can share best practice of communication to all over your organization. And our AI send warnings individually in bad cases. We already analyzed over 100,000 hours movie data and predict 84% of churn only from movie analytics. In case of online education, same student, one subject continued, one subject churned. We use this online lesson video data as A/B test. Deep learning reveal what kind of communication generates churn. We are just 1 year old company, but our MRR already reached $80,000 US. Our client is not only education, HR, like one-on-one or recruitment, or government for mental health, or online sales company is already our paid client. We are one and only multimodal AI analytics specialized online communication, like Zoom. We already applied 100 patents globally. Our team is multimodal AI expert and IP specialist, and now 7 IIT graduates and students join us with full commitment. Also, Mr. Anand Kumar, founder of Super 30, promised us supplying his all online lesson data. It's world's best teacher data, we think. We already got 2.3 million fundraising in Japan and get talent and data in India. From now on, we'll go global market for monetizing. We visualize every person all over the world is one and only. Thank you.
So thank you for great pitch. Let's start Q&A session. Thomas was first. Thomas? You are muted.
Yeah, thank you, Shojo. I think that's an outstanding technology, and there are lots of use cases in recruiting and so on. But I think the big challenge that the companies face is that there is a lot of analyzed data available. So are you also able to convert the analysis into simple language-based action steps? Because
yes.
I might get a lot of data, but it's difficult to analyze it, to really comprehend it. So do you convert that into simple analysis so that the enterprise can take specific action?
Yes, thank you. That's a good, really good question. What we think important is actionable reporting. We day by day we send the management to the report for how much people engagement and how much, who is the take care, who should be the take care, and listing them. For example, there's 1,000 students in his company. Our AI reporting the ranking of the engagement score. So they take care the top 20 ranked disengaged students day by day. This is changing their management action because before our technology, they just random sampling and take care. It's yes, that's kind. So our report is quite actionable.
Okay, thank you.
Alexander Soroka, next question. Yes, please.
Probably, Lena, somebody else was before me in the line.
Sorry. Okay, so Umair?
No, you can go ahead. It's fine. I'll go next.
Okay, can you explain? So the result of your investigation will be, as an example, that you will tell me that one of my employees is going to leave the company, or what? Do you analyze, for example, internal Zoom meetings? I just did not quite.
Yes. For example, you want to there's one-on-one meetings of boss and the members. We analyze every one-on-one meeting all over the companies and checking their engagement and checking their mental health score and reporting for who should be the take care and who do the best practice of one-on-one meeting in the company. So you can see best online communication every day, and you can see you can check best every customers, and our application is including the Zoom, and like now I analyze. Now my face is analyzing real time. This data is real time sending and gathering and with deep learnings.
Can you analyze today's meeting and predict if Crazy John will put you a good mark?
Yeah. I think this session is very great. So if we are analyzing, that exactly indicates a very good practice.
Umair, your question, please.
Yes, thank you. I understand that there could be several applications for this type of technology, but right now, who is your primary customer? Are you focusing on companies or educational institutes?
Yes. Basically, now our target is enterprise client, and one of our clients is Benesse. Benesse is the largest education company in Japan, and also one of our clients is AstraZeneca. They use their one-on-one meeting, and MR medical sales is now totally go to the online sales scenes. So they want to analyze that kind of online sales by our technologies.
Thank you. I'm sorry, we need to skip all the rest questions. Dear judges, please ask our founder on chat. Thank you very much. Great pitch.
Thank you.
The next one is Socialfaim, Mr. Rahul Kumar from India.
Hi, Lena.
Yeah, you are right. You are number 3. I'm sorry, I wanted to skip you as well. The next one is Yuva Pay from India.
Very good morning, everyone. Nice Prashant. I'm the founder at Yuva Pay. Yuva Pay is a neo-banking platform for the unconnected and unbanked population. The banking access is a human right. Having the multiple solution in the markets currently, almost billion population do not have access for the bank. Most of the currently whatever accessing the physical branch, it has a cost, and bank cannot reach the last mile. There is a lot of cost of infrastructure and physical infrastructure part. And to overcome these challenges, most of the banking institutions they have developed digital banking solution. But digital banking solution it need an internet connectivity and a smartphone. To overcome these challenges, Yuva Pay has come up with the mobile banking platform and it's a neo banking platform where people can access the basic banking services like micro savings, micro payments, micro insurance, and they can access a quick credit and even the remote collection in the single platform and even without internet connectivity. And even we have a solution for both smartphone, feature phone, and it is IP-driven technology. And we provide the basic access for all the services in a single platform. And Yuva Pay is a technology-driven neobank where we are targeting for the grassroots level population, and it's a huge potential market. Like there are multiple players in the market, and they are all targeting on this the Taiwan or blue collar market, and they need a smartphone and they need an internet. But Yuva Pay is totally opposite side, where even people do not have internet. Also, even poor people do not have mobile application. Also, they can access these services in a single platform. And we recently did a pilot with the sandbox from the RBI from India and with a partnership with Visa. And we are promising that we are currently the global first player where we enabled offline solution for bank-to-bank transaction, card-to-card transaction, wallet-to-wallet, even offline QR code. And with the pilot, we almost onboarded somewhere like 5 villages, remote villages, where people do not have access for banking services and even mobile banking part. And we actually, from the growth perspective, from the date of launch to till date, we are almost grown 60 times. And we recently closed the seed fund from the global investors, Germany and USA. And from the seed round, we are almost grown 7 times. And we are looking at the current monthly recurring revenue somewhere like $28,000. And currently we are processing the monthly nearly $14 million as a platform revenue. And having this data, like we are captured almost 4 million user data right now. And we are targeting to reach these numbers to the another 5 times. So we are looking for 5 million pre-series round, and we already got a soft commitment from the existing investor for 50%. And the fund is majorly used for expanding our solution for India and also global market. And the global market, we are working on a SaaS model where we license our plug and play solution for the existing banking institution or maybe the fintech ventures. Where we having the SaaS model, it will reduce their go to market by 2 to 3 months. There is a
and 42,000 influencer direct registration on our platform. And we have a collective follower reach of around 100 billion plus. Till now, we have generated a total revenue of around 250,000 USD, and our last year revenue was around 160,000 USD. And we have a customer for 4+ countries like India and Canada and US and UAE and Saudi Arabia also. Talking about the market size, currently the influencer market size is around $13.8 billion, and we are right now focusing around 1/6 of this market size, and this market size is growing at a rate of 50% each and every year. Competition, so our main competition is basically marketing agency, which is 97% holding this business, and platform side is only 3%. So talking about platform, the platform-based influencer marketing business is at a very early stage in India. A couple of startups as a Winkle, Clan Connect are there. However, Socialfaim is mainly driven by the technology and automation of the influencer marketing process. Revenue model, we have 3 revenue model. One is SaaS model. So in SaaS model, we are charging for platform subscription fee that is around $100 to $1,000 for per month. And then cash is campaign as a service, where we are charging 20% commission for running for brand and 10% from influencers. And we have influencer model where we are charging premium subscription fee around $5 to $10. Our associate brands are like Tencent Games. So Tencent Game is like PUBG Mobile Lite. So we have a customer in South Asia like Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, and Nepal also. And then Honor we have in UAE and Saudi Arabia, and other company also we have right now. So our team is led by Mushahid Khan. So he's CEO and CTO of the Socialfaim. So he's looking after all the technology in-house build, and I am looking after the development. So I'm the CEO of the Socialfaim. And apart from that, we have advisor Javed Akhtar. He is the CEO of Reward Part. So he's advisor. And apart from that, we have total team size of around 6 members. So that's all from Socialfaim. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being on time. Dear judges, any feedback or questions from your side? Girish Hor.
Rahul, hi, this is Subrata here. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yeah, hi Rahul, great pitch. The social marketing, content marketing is the next big thing, right? So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
So next 5 years, so our next 5-year target is to reach the total revenue size of around $50 million. So right now our total size which we are focusing is around $200 million, that is, but our target to in next 5 years reaching $550 million. So right now it's 160,000. So we are trying to reach to around 5-fold by next year, and then by $10 million in next 3 years. So that is
what's your sort of gross margin?
So our gross margin is, as I told you, we have 3 models. So for the campaign as service model, we have total margin of 30%. And for the subscription based model, we have a margin of 100%.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Karan from FAR. So wanted to know that how you are basically competing with multiple players. Though you have shown a couple of competition, but I could see there are too many players in India and globally as well.
Sorry.
Where do you
voice breaking? I'm not able to. Hello.
Sorry, Karan, could you repeat your question, because there was troubles with the connection?
I'm audible right now, guys?
No.
It's again. Could you text your question on chat, please?
Hello.
Sure. Thank you. Gaurav.
Rahul, you already have about 42,000 registered influencers on your platform, right? Which is generating about $160,000 a year. I think the opportunity on content marketing, influencer marketing is huge, and it's only going to grow. But the key question, Rahul, I have here is, what is the strategy, just the strategy, not the market, not the capital. What is the strategy to influence more influencers and generate into revenues? Because everything else you probably have figured it out, but I couldn't see more details on how this influencers of 42,000 and a database of $4 million will be leveraged to grow your platform. Can you comment on that?
So right now, see.
Hi, Karan.
Hello. Mushahid. So Mushahid also there. Yeah, Mushahid.
Hi, Mushahid this side. I'm the founder of Socialfaim.
So thank you thank you, Karan, for asking such a really important questions. Yeah. So when we are having the huge data set of influencer, we have to gamify also. So we are gamifying by leveraging 4 features, which is really important. I mean, first is a content recommendations, like what kind of the content you have to, post at your platform. And second, we are providing the price recommendation. Third is the influencer recommendation to whom you should follow, because every second 30 millions of people use Instagram. So it will help to boost your from micro to macro and then macro level, just to increase your influencity in terms of your influences. And fourth is providing the pricing algorithm, because the market is uncluttered. So we are here helping via our machine learning algorithm just to understand how much you should charge for ABC post and what is the basically estimation that you could assume. So this is how the influencers are gamifying with each others, and they're using our platform. And apart from that, they're also getting more campaigns, which is why they're more engaged with us.
Thank you, Mishait.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Last quick question from Nirshkor.
Hi, thanks for the presentation. Just curious, what does the next kind of 12 to 18 months look like for you as far as key milestones? And also, I mean, do the influencers ever pay you, or is it mostly coming from the brands as far as your revenues?
So as I told, there is 2 revenue models. So if we talk about, so first revenue model, that is a platform subscription SaaS model. In SaaS model, we are directly we are totally 100% getting our revenue from the money from the business side. And second is the campaign. If we are running a campaign for the brand, so business are paying to us and then we are paying to the influencers. So that is the channel we are doing. So that is all about. And talking about the next 12 to 18 months, so we are right now targeting to 5-fold our current revenue. So last year our revenue was around 160,000 USD. So we are targeting to 800,000 USD our revenue, with an increase in influencer as well as the business. So we are targeting right now 100 plus brand to associated with us. So that is our target, and we are monthly targeting around 10 to 12 brands. So that is all we are doing right now.
Thanks, Rahul. Great pitch. Time is over. Wish you good luck. The next one is Global Investa Capital from Indonesia. Peter. You are muted, I think.
Oh.
Do not nervous. If you are ready, we can start.
Sorry. Let me just block my slide. Right. Can everyone see my slides?
No.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Yeah, you can start.
Okay, yeah. Hi, I'm Peter. I'm the CEO and founder of GIC. So Forex trading is the largest financial market in the world, amounting to more than $6.6 trillion in daily turnover in 2019. But despite of this, the image of Forex trading is still far from good, and there are still wide assumptions that brokers are dishonest, and Forex trading is still considered scam. This is the current conventional ecosystem of Forex trading, which in a way operates like casino. Traders are always trading against market maker. This simply means that whenever traders profit, market makers lose, and vice versa. This mechanism leads to a number of problems. So these are the problems faced by traders trading in conventional brokerage. First, there's conflict of interest between traders and market makers. Because traders are always trading against market makers, this leads to a major conflict of interest, and brokerage may not necessarily act on traders' best interests. And then there's also trading fees and lack of transparency. And then, of course, there's also a problem for market makers, such as tight regulatory requirements, and then high capital costs and high operational costs. GIC, we believe there's a better trading arena for both traders and market makers. And we set out to build just that, a blockchain-based peer-to-peer Forex and commodity trading platform with no conflict of interest, minimum fees, and better transparency. And also, we pioneer in creating a platform that democratizes access to market maker functions to every user. Whereas as this function was only reserved and limited to larger institutions with large fund before, now it is accessible for everybody from retail users to large institutions to join in. With the breakthrough peer-to-peer technology powered by blockchain, all GIC users are now able to choose to become traders or market makers or both even at the same time. Joining as market maker has never been easier before with no setup fees and costs. We're also able to cut intermediaries and significantly reduce costs. In terms of business models, we do not actually have a direct competitors because our platform offers new and different features such as market maker functions to everyone. However, on the trader side, there's also a number of benefits for active traders trading in our platform. This is the fees and charges comparison between our platform and our competitors. With a significantly lower charges, this makes a huge difference in profitability of our traders. And we aim to help traders maximize their profit consistently. This is the financial model of GIC. We have a number of revenue streams within our ecosystem, such as market makers fees, admin fees, white labels, spreads, and of course, subscription. And since the launch of our platform in 2019, we've experienced a steady growth in both the number of users and trading volume, as seen on the charts. And with the right investment and support, we strongly believe that we could capture even more users into our platform, and we're optimistic that we could see a significantly better growth in the future. And we are a team of professionals with over 50 years of combined financial trading and technology experience, and we're also backed by industry leaders. We've got the CEO of JFX, ex-regulators and community leaders on board as advisors, and many more. Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks for great page. Let's start Q&A. So, the judges, raise hand. Sergey Filipov, yes, please.
Thank you. I noticed on your web data page about your website that about your project that you've launched in 2019.
Yes.
So, how far currently you are from breaking even? Because you know, all the trading platforms and all this stuff, they quite quickly go into break even. So, how far you are from that stage?
Actually, we are halfway from breaking even right now. So as of since 2019, since we launched, we've made a total of somewhere around 600 to 700,000 US dollar in revenue so far. So we're like halfway.
I'm sorry, 700. So how much revenue?
700,000 US dollar.
Is it like monthly or yearly?
No, no. So far, since 2019.
Okay, but that's quite a low figure if we talk about revenues. I mean, do you calculate revenues as all the transactions going through your system? Is that correct?
Yeah, actually, we've got several revenue models here. So our revenue basically comes from market maker fees. So we impose 20% of market maker profit, and then we also collect admin fees, white labels. So in total,
okay, so
from
you
all
don't calculate revenues as all the money that go through your system, right?
No,
you just okay.
Yes, just the profit. So.
Okay, so yeah, they're different. I mean, you might want to correct that because some people might think that that's all the money that comes through your system, but you tag as revenues, and that might lead to misunderstanding that your platform is quite small. Okay. And there is another thing that I noticed that you said that currently you're looking for your valuation is about 15 million.
Yes.
Is it based only on that you'll be presented in Indonesia, or you want to expand globally during this time?
Yeah. Right now, at the moment, we are heavily focused in Indonesia, but we plan to expand globally. So, as I mentioned before, with the right investment and support, I believe that we can grow even further.
Okay. Any specific countries?
Probably we'll start off with Southeast Asia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Gaurav.
Hi, Peter. This is Gaurav. Peter, could you tell me about your market liquidity that you are looking to raise and also the legal expansion deposit? It seems like nearly half of the capital you are trying to raise will go towards that. And what would be the capital you would need beyond this $3 million raise to expand to other countries?
Okay. At the moment, we're looking to raise 3 millions. We're looking to raise 3 millions, and this 3 millions will be allocated in all of our expansions, and then for legal purposes as well, and then for marketing campaign and all that stuff at the moment.
It's also going towards the liquidity, right? The market makers liquidity that you have to provide and the legal expansion deposit, right?
Yes, correct. Because in our ecosystem, there are two, there are traders and market makers, right? So whenever traders is trading, all the transactions is going to be distributed to all the market makers proportionately. So just in case there's not enough liquidity, so a portion of the fund would be to make sure that there's enough liquidity in our ecosystem.
And how would that liquidity change as more and more traders and market makers participate, right? Whether you grow in Indonesia or expand to other countries, how would that equation change?
Well, the more traders and market makers or users in general, when they join our platform, they have two options: whether to trade actively as traders or to just be passive to be market makers. So basically, the digital marketing campaign that we're trying to target in terms of marketing is for both traders and market makers. As of the moment right now, we are still targeting heavily in Indonesia, and from the statistic, we can see that the number of traders and market makers is almost equal at the moment.
Okay, that helps. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I think we can move on. Thank you very much. Great pitch. Next one.
Thanks.
Thanks. Next one is Niral Networks. Abhijit from India.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, hi.
Yeah, hello everybody. I am Abhijit Chaudhary, co-founder of Niral Networks.
Nice to meet you. Let's start.
Sure, let's start. By 2023, there would be more than 3.3 billion people in the world who are either unconnected or interconnected from the internet. During the pandemic situation, we have all realized how important is the connectivity for online shopping, our remote work from home, or schooling. But there are still pockets within, especially in the developing or underdeveloped countries, which are underconnected or not connected. And there is a requirement to go beyond the traditional operators to create an open, affordable, community-driven connectivity in the last mile, which can be for mining, for some of the manufacturing, rural agriculture. That's what Niral is doing. So Niral Networks is building an open network operating system using 5G, which would be used to develop a private 5G network for most of the underconnected places. So it is developed using curated open source solution as well as open hardware. So our software can be used with any kind of hardware, like you can take your PC or server or maybe the high-end boxes to create a robust 5G solution. So how it works is that it works as an extension of the existing operators network. But when you want to create a private network, then you can use Niral Net and its software. It divided into three parts. One is the transport software, the edge software, which would be within the private network, which can be in an industry or can be in a village. And then you have a controller, which is a centralized orchestration like AWS, but it runs over the top of the operator's network to control or manage all these private networks. So this is how it gets deployed either on public cloud or on telco cloud. It was co-founded by myself and Inder, and Dan has joined us. He is out of US. So we are headquartered in Bangalore and office for sales and marketing in US. Overall, we have more than 25 patents and actually have been part of 4 startups earlier. The private 5G network that I was talking about is transformational. Like, we know 5G is about how quick, how fast it is, how low latency it provides, but it is more than that. It also enables you to create an open network where you are not dependent on traditional operators, big operators that we know, but you can use different kind of software on any kind of hardware to create a 5G network. And it is also growing at an amazing rate of almost 40% CAGR and $14.3 billion by 2028. And interestingly, more than 50% of the revenue is on software and services, not on hardware. So we differentiate ourselves from the traditional operators by being zero capex. We are totally subscription-based, 5G as a service. We are community-driven. We work with big companies to create the community. Facebook, AT&T are part of the community. And we are trying to create an affordable connectivity for the underconnected, for the next billion people. We have been globally well known across US as well as other countries, and so some of the global mentions are here. We are doing a couple of pilots, paid pilots. One of them being with the Reserve Bank of India to create a rural unmanned connectivity for banking. Similarly, there are a couple of more pilots being done, especially on the rural side.
Thank you very much. Time is over. Let's switch to the Q&A.
Sergey, your question?
Thank you. So is the product already developed? Because I noticed on your project page that you need the money for further product development. What's the current status of the product? And exactly, okay, you deployed this private 5G network. How much were the costs to deploy it? And what's the revenue that you're gonna get from it in, let's say, 1 year time?
So our product would be completed by mid of next year. It's under development, as you rightly figured out. And I mean, that's what I was trying to cover in the last slide. So at this point, we need more for the product development, the capital, and but we are already running part of the solution because we are creating an entire private 5G solution, right? It has multiple components. Some of the components are created. We are doing pilot for that and getting some revenue. At this point, I think to create a private 5G network, it depends upon how many subscribers are there. We would provide our software as a subscription, and it will be costing from $100 to more based on how many subscribers are there. Imagine having a village connected on $100 on the software, but the hardware is capex that has to be bought separately. And we would recommend what kind of radios or hardware you need. That would depend upon the scale. I think overall it may cost around 10K. If you 10K to 20K for the small networks to create along with the hardware, but it would be a very small network. But 100.
And how much subscribers there will be? I'm just trying to figure out how long it will take it to, to at least compensate the expenses, because there is a reason why there is no good network in the rural areas, simply because for operators there's too much expenses going there. So I'm trying to figure out how quickly you can return the expenses that you've spent on deploying the system.
I think it will take us 2 years to, I mean, break even, if that's the question that you are looking at. Like, see, ours is a model where we would give our software and any operators, virtual operators can develop their own network out of that, right? And they have to buy the hardware separately. Our software would be used on that. And we have reduced the price to around $100 because we can have a lot of small networks, villages, each of them creating their own network, right? So ours is about scale using the software. The hardware is a ball game which we would recommend to the operators or the villages to create. As I mentioned initially, it's a community driven, right? So so we would be working with the community to develop, and that's why I think we are different from the incumbent OEMs plus the operators.
Okay.
So, Alexander, your question, please.
Yes. Do you believe that the number of unconnected people will be growing or no in the future?
Well, the stats that I have provided earlier was actually done by Facebook connectivity, and we are part of that. We work very closely because Facebook connectivity is also trying to provide connection in the rural and underconnected places. According to them, it's growing. We didn't do the stats. I mean, they have done that. Currently, it is actually less. It is like 3 billion is 3.3 billion is 2023. Currently, it's around 2.5 billion, I think. So it is growing. It will be growing.
So the number of people are growing faster than the number of telecommunication stations today.
Yeah, that is definitely one part. The other part is that what we have tried to see is that how connection should be good. I mean, when I talked about 3.3, it's not only unconnected, it's also underconnected. You may have connectivity, but bad connectivity, like in rural. So that would be, I mean, the network may expand, but still underconnectivity may increase. So that from that perspective, it is 3.3 billion.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Gaurav? Yes, please.
Abhijit, I'm glad you made a mention about Facebook connectivity, because digitization is a great initiative that government has, and certainly with 4G and LTE networks, the connectivity in the rural areas or the last mile is going to be a challenge which can now affect many businesses, including corporates. What would be your business model? I understand you guys are developing about 2 years away, but I really think that the opportunity in India and African countries for the 5G open network that you're building needs a smart business model to encourage them. Have you thought about any strategies or ideas how to convince these communities or create a feasible model around it?
Yeah, so we are already, I mean, though we are doing the R&D now, and I mean, our solution is already in pilot some places, but our entire solution would be ready by next year. We would be making even in 2 years, but the solution would be ready by end of the year and testing, and I mean, it will be product ready by mid of next year, you can say. Coming to your question, we are already started that. We are working with ODMs, like the hardware manufacturers who develop that. We are working with open communities like Facebook, like we are working with ORAN community, which is also open. They actually help to expand your solution because they believe that connectivity has to be open and I mean affordable mainly for everyone. So we are working with the operators in India. We have got a lot of inbound from Africa, Europe, surprisingly from Europe to Southeast Asia to use our kind of solution. But we have not started pilots there because we want our solution to be entirely done. And we have told that we would be ready only next year with the end-to-end solution. At this point, the pilots we are doing in India because we have a small team. Probably that's also the reason we are trying to expand the R&D so that we can look into the pilots outside India. We have an office in US, but like we do have a lot of inbound coming to us because we probably are only 1 or 2 network operating companies globally which are out of Asia developing such solutions. So we are getting a lot of direct inbound that way. We are working with the operators in India, in fact, doing some of the RFP and the trials. But I think rightly, it will take 2 years to really start scaling the business from a business perspective.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much. The next one is Vietnam Blockchain Corporation. Obviously from Vietnam.
Can you see the slide?
Yeah.
Okay, hello, I'm Sumihara, the IR Director of Vietnam Blockchain Corporation, VDC. Today, I would like to introduce our company and our solution. And okay, With the support of professors of Ho Chi Minh Technical University, VDC has over 30 skilled blockchain engineers as a staff, and they're the best in Vietnam for sure. Next slide. As you can see on the slide, Vietnam has made many free trade agreements recent years. These FTAs will bring a big profit to Vietnam, but we also need to think about reliable traceability of the product supply chain to prove the origin and how it was made. Our solution, Agridential, is a multifunctional platform for agriculture products with a blockchain-based traceability system. Already 700 types of products with a number of 8 million have used this solution in Vietnam market. Drinkis, for example, is one of our customer, is a high quality organic juice company. They're using our service very effectively. They have applied our traceability and also collect data from the consumers and use it for their next marketing plan. Ultimately, they'll be able to do business directly to consumers through our platform. We believe that every traceability solutions should use blockchain technology due to its perfect transparency and security for the supply chain. And as you can see on the slide, our solution can bring digital transformation to all the steps in the agriculture supply chain. And we can do the same with any products in the market, not only agriculture, but we can use it for the manufacture and other fields. There are several competitors in the world who do part of what our system, but we're the only one who can provide all of the services in the ecosystem. And these are the sample of the awards we have received national and internationally great internationally. What I really want to mention here is that we're the only officially licensed supplier for the blockchain services and in Vietnam. We use this as an advantage and we're trying to expand our shares as big as possible in 2021. It's been a pleasure being with you all today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alexander?
Alexander?
Thank you for the presentation. Can you compare your product with IBM product?
IBM.
So, yeah, we'll understand more about what is your advantages.
For the IBM, they're strong in the blockchain technology and they also provide the IBM blockchain food. But as our understanding, what they bring is just a platform. And the actual users need to analyze their supply chain and they need to apply it to the blockchain platform. And as our understanding, especially in Vietnam market, there's no one who can use that platform easily. So our actually help them for the consultancy, how to use and apply their services for their own supply chain platform.
Hello? Okay, thank you.
Gaurav?
Can you explain how does your blockchain platform help the juice company or the farmers? I mean, in absence of the blockchain platform, these companies, farmers could still do the business. What is the value proposition you are bringing which they otherwise could not get?
The benefits for the farmers is am I understanding the question correct?
Not only for the farmers, you also have Drinkis, right? The juice provider. Mm-hmm. How does it benefit a company? How does it benefit a farmer?
There are three benefits actually. They can add extra value to their product that's already existing to show that they are actually doing the organic process in the way to make their product, not like those other fake products. They can show that their product is very safe. That's an additional value to the product they already have.
That could be done through traditional digital marketing and other consumer awareness channels as well, right?
Yes, it can be done by the traditional one. If they use the database of Oracle or any other kind of database, MySQL, it's fine. But using the blockchain platform is more secure and more reliable. That's an additional value. So that actually the farmer have a choice to choose the traditional database or the blockchain. But we provide it with a lower price, actually. So they don't see in the blockchain platforms, there's no license fee for the software. So we can provide it more cheaper. So they have the choice to pick traditional one or the blockchain applied one, which is more secure. Well, most of our farmers don't really actually care about traditional one or blockchain. So they would, in the Vietnamese market that we have talked to customers so far, they actually choosing us.
Thank you.
Sergey?
Yeah, xin chào.
My quick comment would be.
Xin chào.
Can I ask the question?
No, Sergey, go on, John. If you want to ask question, just raise hand.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. You go first.
Okay, so my question would be most like more of a feedback, not a question. You guys named yourself Vietnam Blockchain Corporation, which might be quite quite misleading actually, because it suggests that you either doing something blockchain technology based only, or you like financial organization trading crypto or something. So I'd suggest you guys maybe rethink the branding, simply because you're about agriculture. And when you start talking, it was like, okay, blockchain is just a method to make it more transparent. So I'd suggest not be so hard on word blockchain, and probably think of something that more resemble your brand recognition and the purpose of your project, because it's actually way more inside than it suggests from the naming. That's all.
Thank you very much for the opinion. But actually, when we sell our service, we push the brand of the agridential.vn. And our final goal is to make Vietnam as a blockchain skill technology hub. We want to expand our services, and after we success in Vietnam, we want to use the same model in the other ASEAN countries. So we have this name, blockchain, Vietnam Blockchain Corporation.
But do you do look money for this company or for another one? I mean, who'll be receiving money and who'll be the branding or brand owner?
I'm sorry, I couldn't get the question.
I mean, but you're raising the money for the Vietnam Blockchain Corporation or for these projects exactly, because
true. You got the point. Yes, we're actually asking for the money for the Vietnam Blockchain Corporation. Yes, not the agriculture.
Okay, because that means that actually implies a bit different strategy, because you might have another projects in your pipeline, and since the money goes into Vietnam Blockchain Corporation, that implies a way different structure, actually.
True. Actually, we have several projects for the medical and for the logistic and the others, but most of our revenue right now and what we're focusing right now is agriculture. So I thought if we explain about the other projects we have, it can get confusing. So
it's a bit confusing. Okay,
Thank you very much. Not be confusing. Let's move on to the next participant.
Thank you very much.
It will be Eunimart from India.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
I'm just sharing my screen. Give me a second. Can you guys see my screen? Can you hear me properly?
Yes.
All right, let's get started.
Good luck.
Thank you. 1.8 million businesses are likely to shut down by the time this pandemic gets over. And that's not because they don't have the right products. It's mainly because they're finding it difficult to adjust to the new normal and sell on e-commerce. Now, COVID has given e-commerce very strong tailwinds. There has been an explosion of people buying online. In fact, McKinsey says that 52% of all brand sales will come from e-commerce by 2025. That's a whopping 3x growth in less than 5 years. Yet, most brands agree that this is the biggest problem that they need to solve today. If a brand really wants to sell on a single channel, then Shopify would be enough. However, most brands today sell on multiple channels of sales, right? And as they increase the number of channels of sales, the complexity increases exponentially. This is why we built Eunimart, to integrate all of these different problems and create one solution for the brand. Hi, I'm Shayak. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Eunimart. I'm a retired officer of the Indian Navy. I'm also an INSEAD MBA. In my last job as the MD of cross-border e-commerce at Rocket Internet, I helped thousands of businesses from LATAM, Africa, South Asia, and China scale their businesses across the globe. At Eunimart, we help the brands to sell on 25 e-commerce channels across 100 countries through one platform, helping them to increase their revenues 2 times and reduce their costs by 35%. Our SaaS platform takes care of everything that is core to the brands: e-commerce, shipping and supply chain, marketing. We even use artificial intelligence to predict sales, optimize pricing, images, content, etc. We've raised $2 million in investment so far, and we're currently working with 200 businesses, and we have $400,000 in annual revenues. We have 50 plus key partners from across the globe that we have integrated with. Our main revenue model is SaaS. However, our scalable revenue model is a commission model, which we've launched recently. Our AI tools save the merchants 7 to 12% costs per order and also help them to increase their revenues. Now, as you've understood, Eunimart is not a channel of sale like Shopify. Channel Advisor, Pitney Bowes, etc. are our competitors. However, they are legacy platforms where most of the things are still driven manually. Things like marketing, supply chain are not integrated and makes it difficult for small businesses to scale. Our founding team has all ex-entrepreneurs with 70 plus years of combined experience across e-commerce, supply chain, and strategy. We understand the pain that these small businesses are going through, and we want to help them to succeed. We've recently partnered with Vodafone, HSBC, etc. We've been selected by Techstars and Alchemist and the Google Search program. The pandemic will lead to major changes in the way people shop online, and most businesses will struggle to survive. We have an opportunity here to help them to succeed. And I'm looking for good investors to come, partner with me, and help me build this global platform. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a first question from Preeti.
Shayak, thank you for your service. And I am going to set up a separate half an hour call with you another time. I just wanted to acknowledge the service to the nation. Thank you very much. Deeply indebted. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Preeti. It's a pleasure.
Alexander.
Can you show once more the slide with your traction for today?
Yes, of course.
So what is 400K your annual?
We are about 85% gross margins, $6 million in GMV, growing at about 20% month on month, and we've got about $400,000 in net revenues.
And do you have international investors in your company already, or no?
Yes, we've got lots of international investors. In fact, Techstars, Alchemist, Loyal VC from Canada, Agility Ventures from Qatar. We've got multiple networks from globally, INSEAD Networks, etc. Early stage funds.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Ratnakar.
Oh, thank you. So who is your target customer? Is it a retailer or somebody is trying to build D2C brand?
No, it's not a retailer. Typically, our customers would be small and medium brands, which would include D2C brands as a subset, and could be multi-brand, large multi-brand companies. Now, technically, the application would be different. If you're looking at small D2C brands, their main problem is scalability and application of AI and data sciences. Whereas if you're looking at multi-brand companies which are running major operations, then the entire supply chain, omni-channel, everything comes into play. So we have customers on both ends, and we've got very good, like one of the biggest supply chain networks of the entire Gulf runs on our platform. Some of the biggest brands in India, etc., are now coming on board to our platform. We've just started looking at US customers as well.
Right. And second thing is, you said you will make $35 monthly recurring run rate from your customer, and you have a 400K ARR. I can assume 400K is your ARR or MRR?
400,000 is ARR, you're right. And $35 is the minimum trigger per user per month. Now, the platform is a product-led growth model, meaning that you can sign up and use it for free when you cross a certain threshold, which is about 300 orders. And there's certain unit economics behind it, because per order, on average, the merchant generates about 15% margin. So if you're doing a $10 order, you're generating a certain amount, right? So if I'm charging you below 300 orders, you're not going to make any money. So that is why the SaaS subscriptions are typically pegged at 1% of the GMV, although it's not mathematically taken at 1%, but it is statistically done that way. We also have a commission-based model where if you use our AI or a shipping integrated into, we've got like 20 shipping partners integrated into the platform. We have got some of the very cutting edge AI. If you use those, you typically pay us 3% commission. Again, there's no upfront cost. You could use it for free. When you generate orders, you pay us a certain commission. So that, I mean, if you look at some of the biggest SaaS platforms on earth, like Shopify, etc., they typically have a commission layer on top, which makes them highly scalable.
Thank you. Okay, we want to keep in touch with you. We'll connect
Absolutely.
with you.
Thank you, Manoj. Just quick question.
No, my question is already answered. Thank you. I think it was more around logistics, so he's answered.
Let's continue, Kate.
Regarding the supply chain in the Gulf, could you elaborate more on this, please?
Yes. So basically, there is a partnership between us and a Gulf company, and they are supporting some of the largest brands in the Gulf. And some of our biggest investors also come from the Gulf, Qatar and Dubai and Saudi. So what we have implemented is a multi-layered supply chain network where there could be brands on one side, supply chain players on one side, fulfillment players on one side, and e-commerce marketplaces on one side. So we've integrated the entire network with all the shipping partners, warehousing partners, etc., across the entire Gulf. It is the biggest network as of today, as I understand, in terms of technology.
Okay, so fulfillment and delivery logistics is done through partners. Yes,
everything integrated. Yes, you're correct.
Okay, I would love to discuss further into this. Thank you.
Absolutely, my pleasure, sir.
Thank you very much. Great pitch. Next one is Text and Pay Me, represented by Mihran from Armenia. Are you ready?
Yes, we're ready. Hi everyone. I would like to give a massive thanks to the organizers of the event. And I'm really impressed by the number of the startups that are really great. So I wish best of luck to all of us, and let me begin.
Thank you. So if you're ready, it's time.
Yes. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So hi again. We are Text and Pay Me, and we want to make the process of sending money as natural as sending a message. A bank's future depends on the ability to blend the payment process into everyday life. And this is where most of the banks fail. Why? Because when we want to send money to someone, we usually talk about it inside the messengers. And the traditional payment process is not intuitive. And the payment is not in the context of the conversation. We have to switch between the social app, the banking app, take 5 to 7 long steps just to make a payment. And banks are losing the P2P market. And this is validated by the 5 major messengers who took advantage of the situation and launched their own payment systems. WeChat only has processed $10 trillion in this sector from 2016 to 2020. Banks are disconnected from the context of these conversations, and our solution is here to fix this. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Text and Pay Me, a keyboard that enables you to send money in any messaging application, plus in any other application where you can find an input field. Keyboards can be accessed from within any application. And 70% of the time we use our smartphones, the keyboard is active. That's why it becomes a perfect place to pack any wallet inside. To use our application, you need to type text commands. I will show you a demo transaction inside of WhatsApp. You simply type send 5,000 drums to Mihran, pass strong authentication, and that's it. And we have different functions as well, which I will tell you during the Q&A session. And one of the things that I'd like to mention is the magic link. If you don't have the receiver's information, we give a magic link that you can send to the receiver, who is only required to fill in a form to get money in the way that is more preferable for them. Card, bank account, Stripe, PayPal, etc. Our strong authentication is the same exact authentication from the mobile banking apps. We connect banks to the contextual payment P2P market and let them leverage the social payments. To us, to end users, we blend the payment process into our everyday lives, and we dramatically reduce the time, physical and moral efforts for making a simple payment. Safe payments, it's the same magic link. If you don't want to share your banking information, you don't have to. And to B2B sector, we act as a payment mediator. Currently, there are 4.2 billion social media users, and these are again the numbers of the messengers, and these numbers are lost by banks. And again, to remind you, WhatsApp has processed $10 trillion. Our target market is the EU, with a current market potential of $918 billion, with a growth rate of 28%. By 2025, we plan to have 15 million active users and 27 billion market share. Our user personas are all millennials, social media active users, financial application users, and the competitive landscape is really promising because unlike the other solutions, we give freedom and flexibility to our users because they can send money to anyone, literally, because again, we give this magic link. And our application stands out for one reason as well. It's a keyboard and it can work in any messenger, even the future ones that no one has heard of. Currently, we're at our MVP stage, and the next release will include voice to payment, future Chrome extension, which will enable Chrome users to execute payments inside of their browsers, and the AI financial assistant. We are planning to enter the market by partnership with financial institutions and restaurant management systems. Our business model is really simple. We're taking fees from the transactions, and we have packages for businesses and for the premium features. We have 2 achievements. Okay.
Sorry for interrupting. You can click all slides quickly.
Okay, yeah.
And
this is it.
Almost all slides were covered. So
yeah.
the question from Alexander.
Hello. Can you explain, as I understand, you have separate application, and do you need any integration with the current messages like WhatsApp Messenger? Or...
No. It's the way that the application works is really simple. It's a keyboard, and as you know, like keyboards can be accessed from within any application, and we don't need any technical integration with WhatsApp or any messenger. So like if you have our keyboard, you can send a message even through a browser. You can find an input field, open your keyboard and send money. So we can do it even inside of the banking application, like Revolut, PayPal, Stripe, whatever you have.
Okay, thank you.
You, Umair?
Yes.
I just wanted to know more about your traction. Do you have any users? You mentioned
Thank you very much for the question. Our traction is the following, where we signed an agreement with Tempo Finance, which is a pan-European organization, and under their license, we're providing our keyboard to their users, and they have over 40,000 users. And the second partnership that we currently have is with a local restaurant management software solution, and we're providing our keyboard and the dashboard as a payment system to restaurants. So this is the traction.
Thank you. Sarah?
I just wanted to ask that what is your fee structure, and what would be the comparison between your competitors and you? If you will
I'm sorry, can you please repeat the last part?
I said that what is your fee structure and how could you compare it from your competitors?
Yeah. Okay, so Basically, what is our business model? As I told you, as per transaction, we take transaction fees, but right now we don't take any extra fees because the fees are set by the banks and by the financial institutions we're partnering with. So for example, like in the future, if we'll be partnering with PayPal, then the fees will remain the same. We're dramatically improving the experience the users need to take to make payments. So like to sum up, our transaction fees won't be higher than that of the competitors. And when we'll get our own financial license, we will be able even to lower that.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Sergey?
Okay, the project sounds really interesting. The only thing that probably worries me is like, it sounds like you're moving in too many directions. I mean, I've noticed on the project page, you expanded to 6 countries, Europe, Latin America, Asia. You have like WeChat, WhatsApp, Viber, Line. And I mean, even one messenger would be enough for the beginning. And I would really like you guys to focus on something. So for example, okay, if you take Line, that's already Japan and Thailand for you. I mean, it's more than enough. And you don't need even other messengers because they don't use there. There's no WhatsApp there. There's no Viber there.
Yeah.
So why you even need Viber if they don't use it? I mean, it takes you time for implementation. It takes you time to order the stuff.
Sergey, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we don't implement any technical solution for separate messengers. Our keyboard, as of this stage, can work literally with any messenger because it's a keyboard again. Like we don't take time to like dive deep and understand whether it's WhatsApp, the messenger that they will be using, or it's Viber. I mean, technically it can be used in any application. So,
is there any risk that the messengers might block the usage of your keyboard?
No, they can't, because keyboard is a native service. It's like one of the native services, and we check the guidelines on Google Play Store, and we also check the Android policies. I mean, even if they would like, I mean,
the moment it goes for if you're a financial institution, it goes a question of registration. If you're seen as a financial institution, and then your keyboard might be tagged not as a keyboard solution, but a keyboard/financial solution, then there is a risk that it might be blocked or something. That's why I'm asking.
There might have been a risk if we didn't take the past experience. Our product is running already for a year and a half, and we were to face the situation. But again, we separated the application's logic in such a way so that no messenger can identify that this is not a regular keyboard. So all of the messengers think that this is a regular keyboard, and none of the services is being blocked. So if I was able to answer the question, then this is it. But technically, we took into account these risks as well.
Okay, thank
you. You too.
Gaurav, if you have a quick question, you can
ask. Yes. WhatsApp already introduced its payment version, right? And it's quite across the globe. Why would a customer or a user switch over to your platform? You mentioned Text and Pay can integrate with anyone and there are no competition worries on that side that you would get restricted, right? Yes. But what would be the incentive for a customer to use a payment choice from Text and Pay when someone like WhatsApp is there, which could be more reliable?
Okay, so for example, let's imagine you want to send someone who is on Facebook. You don't have their phone number, and people generally don't tend to share their phone numbers and stuff like this. That's why they prefer incognito messengers like Telegram and stuff like this. So WhatsApp is limited within its own boundaries. I mean, if you want to send money to someone, then you're sending inside of WhatsApp. But with our application, you can send to anyone. So this is the main difference. We don't limit ourselves and our users to being chained to our community. If you are a Text and Pay user, you can literally send money to anyone. And if you don't have the banking information, I don't know, card number and stuff like this, we are just sending the link. So this is the main difference. We are out of the community centers.
Thank you.
You too.
Nice speech. And the last but not least for today, startup number 10, Go for Life. From India, represented by Deepak Sharma. Check your microphone, maybe you're muted.
As it would have happened. So hi, are you able to see the screen?
Yeah, I see, but
We'll start with the video. You know, it's an amazing time which have been done. We'll start with the video of the product.
Try again to share what you want to show us. Video. I hear some song.
Sorry, I think my apologies.
But we can see your picture. Okay, try again from the beginning to share your screen.
A really stable internet is needed to stream the video. Maybe there is technical problems. You can try again. If not, let's keep it and go to the pitch deck.
I'll try it again. Sorry, my apologies for this.
It happens.
Are you able to see the screen now?
Yes.
Wonderful. So we'll start with the video. So that's what we do. We are building the future of the food trust, through technology. Technology is an enabler for us to do that. E-commerce in food has failed, especially in India. The intrinsic economics doesn't work for it. There's a low margins, there's a perishability of the product, but it's too big an opportunity for anyone to ignore that. People have been confusing the technology for the product. In food, the food is the product. Technology is not the product, it's just an enabler. Traceable food is a differentiator, and food trust is an anchor. It's a growing market. People across the world are asking for sustainable, transparent food products per se, and that's what Go for Life is focusing on: a clear farm to fork traceability product with all the paraphernalia of what the food commerce, hyper delivery, local guys are giving that on a fractional cost and a wonderful customer retention part per se. We capture all the data from the inception. In case of milk, from the cows to the doorstep of the consumers. All the handshakes are being captured, as Vietnamese blockchain corporation did mention that. We also leverage the blockchain to deliver a value. So the value is the traceable food, not the blockchain per se. And the same product, after having a hook in the milk, because milk in India is a staple diet, everyone has milk. Once we create a trust with the consumers on the milk side, we create margins for the business on doing the same for the fresh fruits and vegetables as well. This deck will be available. You can scan these QR codes and have a look at the product in terms of how the traceability actually works in action. We saw that in the video also. We are keeping in mind Indian dynamics, and the cost becomes a lot of important factor for us. And we're targeting Southeast Asia and Africa as a country for us to grow. Asset light, capital light model in a simplified and scalable model becomes an important parameter for us to succeed. We are present in most of the northern states from a sourcing standpoint. We deal with 10,000 customers on this, because we don't only believe that the D2C model will succeed in the long run. We also have partnered with the retail networks to provide them with a clean visibility through a mobile app at the retailer level as well. This is a journey which we had. We started in 2018. We had 2 profitable years. We picked up 1 small check from a company and ad for media for equity from India's largest media company. 2021, we are accelerating. We are going to touch on a straight line basis $2 million of revenue this year. Halfway mark, as someone had asked the question, we have already crossed that. This is the growth strategy which we have. Because we focus on the traceable product, we don't really care who sells the product, as long as the consumers get the traceable product. So we are partnering with the e-com players, we're partnering with the distributors, and in parallel, we're continuing to grow the D2C brand as well. The Achilles heel in the business is the sourcing, and that's what we want to grow onto that. Consumer feedback, amazing. We have 83.6% of a retention rate or a repeat order base itself. From a SWOT analysis standpoint, the time is on the right side, except for the pertinent threat on the people who want opaqueness in the food supply chain. We have almost things under control per se. From a competitive landscape, while Vietnamese team did mention amazing metrics per se, from our standpoint, we do believe from an actual direct competition standpoint, TE Food in Germany has done an amazing job onto that. IFTS and Connecting Foods is amazing. Again, doing a wonderful job. And that's where we are buying us to do that. And there are potential partners who can add value to our system. And that's what we want to put it on the stock as well. And someone had asked a question about IBM. IBM is an enabler for that. It is not actually integrated with the product per se itself. We believe there's enough experience in the market, and it's not about the platform per se, it's about the deployment of the technology, and that's where the advisory team can help us to do that. This is what the team is. We are impacting beyond the business models as well. From an SDG standpoint, this is what we have been trying to impact positively. Especially point number 5, 8, and 10, we take strong pride in delivering these things to create an impact on the community itself. That's about it.
Thank
Over to you guys.
Thanks.
Sorry for the start.
Sergey?
Yes, a quick question in a nutshell. Are you going to be a food company or a technological company? Because I see quite mixed messages there. You mentioning technology, but then you go into about quite certain about the food part. So what you going to be in the future?
Sure. So I got the question. See, the fact is that blockchain started, popularized in 2008, and people have been talking about traceability in food chain since 2008 as well. If we search on Google, they'll get thousands of companies who have built a platform on traceability in food. But if I ask, there are 50 people on this group, if I ask, give me 5 names of the companies who have successfully integrated food chain with traceability in their product development and deployment in the market, I can assure you that we'll not get 5 names just like that from a brand standpoint. Because working on the ground is a difficult task. We also started with a platform company, and we realized that working with the farmers, working with the supply chain guys, working with the transporters and aggregators is a damn tedious task. And that's where the sweet spot is. We have a platform. We had done a pilot with Carlsberg because the concept is similar in beer or wine as in milk and fruits and vegetables. But we realized that the more potential is there in the direct-to-consumer brand, and technology is just an enabler. Stephen Hawking says that all tech is stupid because they do what you tell them to do. For us, technology is just an enabler for us to do something to create a value to the consumers. And we want to become, globally, there are 3 companies who have successfully integrated traceability in their food brand. We want to be that at a large scale, and that's what we are seeking.
So you're going to be a food company, right?
That's right. Yes.
You need to. My question was simply because you need to understand there are different valuations to come to different markets. That's why we didn't want to be a real estate company, which they were, and wanted to be a software, seen as a software company. So if you're presenting yourself as a food company with software, blockchain enabled technology, and but in your core, you're still a food company, then the multipliers and evaluations will be based on that.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Alexander?
Thank you. Can you tell me about your revenue? Is your revenue from selling the products? So you have 200K per month today. Is it correct?
Yes, that's right.
And so this is from the selling products. I mean, food, milk, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Please.
If no response, Thomas, you want to catch the last?
Yeah. Yes. Hi. So I think so my question to you really is that, so are you looking at this traceability more from a marketing perspective, or is it something that the market is actually looking for? In other words, are you using traceability as a concept to position yourself as a premium brand? right? As opposed to, I mean, quite honestly, most consumers in India really don't worry, where it comes from, as long as the brand is well known, right? I think the branding is really a bigger thing.
Right. Yeah. So there are two parts to that question. So one, of course, absolutely right on India's standpoint, and people don't want to die. They don't care where the food is coming from. So, I agree with that part of it. The second part is that, yes, consumers are demanding. So luckily for us, we are in the back end of one of the largest food companies in India as well. So one of the customers updated on LinkedIn about the traceability, and the traction got immense from across the globe as well. And our revenues have started jumping post that on a month-on-month basis. Consumers are demanding the traceability. Post-COVID, they know that the immunopotentiate is coming from the food itself, and that's what they're demanding onto that. That's part A of the question. Part B is India is not the market. So if, as the producers are going down in the European, the US market, they are looking at the Southeast Asia, as a rice bowl, we are already being called to export onto that. Indian exports are getting real because there's no transparency to the source itself. So if tomorrow, in an economy where the production is going down and they have to rely on me, my platform, my sourcing, my traceability becomes a differentiator for us to export onto that product. So that's what we are focusing on. Absolutely right. India is not the part where we are operating on a mass scale. Even though Article 21 shows that food should not be adulterated, but that's not the market which you're operating on.
No, I think that's a great point, because I think for the export market, I think the USP of traceability makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mohit, you had a question?
Yeah, just expanding on the similar lines of Thomas. So with regards to definitely with this increased awareness and the drive, definitely people do want to know where the food source is coming. But don't you believe that in terms of the products that are being used by the masses, for example, milk or the packed milk and stuff like these products, so consumers of the masses would hardly even bother about going and checking, rather than if the same thing was being delivered or something, the same investment was being done to create the brand awareness of that source. I think people would be more interested on that rather than going and scanning every time when they purchase and seeing from where it's coming. Honestly,
no, I hear you.
At least the demographics of this is. So I represent Pakistan, so I don't know exactly the demographics of India. So just an experience from here. Yes. So definitely, for example, of a milk company, if they show a video, they show a facility, it's really clean, people go in. But yes, the traceability with regards to that manufacturer is really important, so that they can easily trace out. For example, if there is a badge of products which got rotten, or if they need to, for example, go back to the source of the exact cow who has delivered the milk, and if she is ill or something, same goes for cheese or other dairy products.
Yes,
so things like these are happening, but these are limited to the manufacturer's role. So people don't really bother here, at least in Pakistan.
So I'll answer the point in three ways on that. So one, that Durand line doesn't define Pakistan versus India. So we are in the same geography, from that perspective standpoint. We operate in the same landscape. So people over here are also not bothered so much about the look and feel of the plant per se. But the fact is that as per law, as per the requirement, we need to know what is actually the microbiological analysis of the milk on a daily basis. That's what we have to publish it. Today, if you had milk in the morning, and I'm sure that you would have in tea or anyone in the group had seen the microbiological analysis of their own product which they're eating it, zero. Not even a single guy would have seen it, because it is not easy to deliver it in the point of consumption or point of purchase itself. This technology enables onto that. That ensures that it puts a pressure on the brands. It puts some pressure on the brand. Amul, being the largest brand in India, they don't share the reports, even though they're obligated by law to share the reports. This puts a pressure on the peers as well to increase the food safety at an ecosystem level standpoint. And that's what we are targeting, number one onto this. Number two, it is not only just telling you the facilities and the look and feel of the product per se. It is also ensuring that there is no break in the handling of the product. Milk, as per WHO report in 2018, 68% of the milk in India is adulterated. And that's what they report, not anyone's report. Milk is made in some portions in India. I'm sure that, across the Durand line also the same will happen itself as well. And this ensures the food safety, food recall, food wastage. Because this data allows me to harvest only the products which are there in the requirement, because I'm doing a D2C or a retail standpoint from a pre-order order to harvest standpoint, it allows me to curb that inputs as well. from a costing standpoint. And that's where the Indian.
I'm sorry, we cannot go on for such long time.
Please.
It's impossible to prolong our event, and many judges need to go on to other meetings, and also we have a discussion in front of us. So I'm sorry, this pitch event is done with. Dear judges, please finish your voting in 1 minute. We will be closing the votes. If you need to change your marks, please do that. If you haven't voted for any of ours, for some of the startups, please put your marks. It's very important because this way we can select the best one who will pitch for all the startups that's presented today at our Unicorn Cup finals. And while you're doing that, please pay attention to our poll. We're doing this quick survey among all the judges. In different parts of the world, we already had asked our panelists in Europe. We are now asking you in Asia, and we'll be doing the survey in our last event this Thursday in North America. So please help us to understand what's going on at your venture fund. What is different now? What stayed the same? And why? We'll talk about it during our networking session. Okay, votes will be closed in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Votes are closed. Amar, you have a question?
Yeah, just wanted to say excellent pitches today.
Sorry, can we move it to networking session because we have already.
Oh, yeah, sure.
We will discuss it, yes, but like in just 5 minutes. Sure. Votes are closed right now. Thank you, startups. You've done all that you needed to do. Great pitches. And what I love about Asian events is the passion that startups pitch with. And you need to share this passion all around the world, because it keeps our judges excited and you get the highest marks from them. Right, Alexander? I'm just curious, were you also impressed by the passion, or you are very experienced and it doesn't touch your soul when the startups pitch emotionally?
Really impressed by today's battle and today's startups which were pitching today. Yes, absolutely. And so if you'd like to ask me as usually what is my opinion.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So this is a role of official judges here, just to say the opinion. Of course, I would like to say that we are biased when we put marks, because we have just 3-minute presentation and we need to make the evaluation very quickly. Mm-hmm. And I really liked a lot of startups today. I like Japanese startup, I'm beside you, for their tech and the problem. I like Yuva Pay for their traction, and I like Go for Life and Text and Pay Me. But anyway, we need to choose the best one today. And I put the highest mark today for Almond Solutions, because I like the future tech they are building very much. And I believe maybe our events in the future will be in virtual reality as well. And I put the highest mark to, let me just check, to Eunimart, because the opportunities in the market is really great, and they have already were accepted to great American accelerators and were evaluated by them, and so they are one step more to US market. And yes, that's the two which I marked the highest today.
Thank you, Alexander. It will be interesting to know who really won this. And we have another official judge, Marat. He needs to go to another event, and I asked him to stay, especially to ask him a question. Marat, did you like pitches today, and who were your favorites? You can name one, your favorite, or the only one, or 3 startups. It's up to you, but please name them.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. I really enjoyed this event.
First of all, because I saw many new ideas for our market, Kazakhstan and Middle Asia, and I enjoyed it. And I can mark a startup. I'm beside you from Japan. First of all, for the fresh idea, for the very technology and very progressive. That's why I marked this startup by highest
Thank
level.
you. That's getting more
Thank
and more
you.
interesting. Thank you very much. And
Thank
what
you.
does Pakistani side of our official judges think? Umair, who were your favorites today, if any?
I think it has to be Almond Solutions or Almond, because they definitely had the best pitch. And my second most favorite one would be Text and Pay Me.
Aha. That is very interesting. Okay, we have two more official judges to ask. Gaurav, we had seen a very interesting Indian solutions today. I'm asking, I know you are not biased, but still you have to be proud that India is producing so many exciting startups. Did Indian startups got your highest marks today?
And it couldn't be further from the truth, right? I'm unbiased, all great participants, excellent ideas. I, besides you and other companies that participated, like Marat said, right? Very, very good idea. Text Pay Me also is great. But I was pleasantly surprised with the Indian participants, particularly with Niral Networks, right? I think they aren't revenue generating now, but given the Facebook connectivity project that is very highly invested in the Indian markets to advance, and how they are wanting to advance the 5G private networks, especially in the last mile connectivity, you know, it's not an easy project in the Indian markets, given the rural revenues you could expect. So yes, I was very pleasantly surprised to see the quality and innovation that the startups came up with. And at the same time, right, GIC also caught quite a good of my attention. So did Eunimart with what they are doing. But overall, the quality was excellent. Yuva Pay is already on a traction. It is generating quite some momentum, and I'm sure they will also do well. But my top two picks goes to, number one goes to Niral Networks, whom I gave highest rating. And in terms of a matured idea, I loved Socialfaim. I think they have a potential to really capture the market share and grow the revenues. And I think for an investor, it's not just the idea that matters, right? There should be some strength with the leadership, understanding of the markets and opportunity. So I loved Socialfaim and I loved Eunimart as well.
Thank you, Gaurav, for sharing that. And we have only to find out what does Bangladesh think about today's speeches and who were the favorites from their perspective of you. Nirchor, are you with us? Yes, can you share, please?
Yeah, for sure. I think, great job to all the participants. I think saw some strong founders, really interesting kind of traction, as well as kind of growth plans and some good funding as well, which is really great. So kudos to the team for picking them, I guess, and also for the teams for presenting. Yeah, I think, in terms of, for us and the Bangladesh market, I think Yuva Pay, financial inclusion, particularly for those, with kind of feature phones or, low tech or low cost smartphones, makes a ton of sense. I really like what Unimart is doing, and I believe there might be a Bengali connection based on the last name, so I'm looking forward to connecting. I think Go for Life as well, traceability, safe foods is a big theme also in Bangladesh, so those are some of the ones that I'm looking forward to connecting with. But well done to everybody.
Wonderful. That is very interesting. Girls, I'm now ready to find out who won this battle. Do you know that already?
Absolutely, Anna.
Okay, let us know also. Don't keep us waiting.
Okay, so the third place today goes to Text and Pay Me.
Yoo-hoo! Congratulations.
So The second place goes to
Japan.
And besides you, yeah.
Congratulations. Yoo-hoo.
And the winner of our Unicorn Battle Asia today is Eunimart. Congratulations.
Wow. Neat for. You did it all, right? You wanted them to see them up. You have it. Wonderful. Congratulations. Really,
Congratulations.
Yes, really great. Get ready for the Unicorn Cup finals, which will be in 9 days. The girls will contact you and you will know everything about it.
And do you see that the Japanese startups are not so often on our battles, but today the startup from Japan just came and took the second place. John, yes. My congratulations to Japan.
Congratulations.
Yes, we are getting more and more exciting startups from the distant parts of the world, and it pleases me really greatly. That's all thanks to our partners. We have great partners, and our partners network keeps growing. So please contact me if you want to do battles in your city or your region. We will discover the greatest startups there. Okay, guys, let's talk about what you have answered in our poll. Can I have poll results published? We will talk for a little bit about what changes does VC industry. And okay, 50 by 50. Digital deal making is in our priority, and we started investing more globally. That's like interactive questions, right? You probably started investing more globally because digital deal making is your priority. That's what I read in PitchBook, and KPMG did a little survey on the region that first quarter of 2021 was a little bit down in Asia in investing, but the deal size was bigger. And more local investors started investing globally, as we see the same in our poll. So I would like to ask our esteemed judges, our official judges, our expert board, and I'm interested in to know the regional view. What countries are you investing now? If not in like your country, where to? Is like Europe, United States, and why? Let's start the discussion. It's open discussion. So Omar wanted to start to say something. Omar, are you with us still? We can start with you if you would like to. If not, okay, don't be shy. I should point somebody to start with. Okay, let's talk with Umair then. We don't get a lot to talk, but tell us, what was your answer to the poll?
I actually chose that we've started using digital methods more than having physical meetings. And the second interconnected point that you just raised, that we've started investing more globally as well. Globally where? To what? It's affiliated with the Founder Institute. So we have presence in over 200 cities. So Founder Institute itself is busy setting up different VC funds. And we have this vision of having hundreds of VC funds operating worldwide.
Okay, so it's not any particular region, but just the global.
We will open to wherever good investment opportunities arise.
That's interesting. Okay, Gurav, is it the same with you? You also started investing more globally through digital deal making?
Unfortunately, no, and nothing changed much, but the investment strategies have changed, right? The opportunities in a post-COVID pandemic era are plenty. Whether they go with AI and life sciences, or whether they go in fintech and other digital aspects, right? More avenues are opening up, more valuation potentials are coming up. Like, as I'm seeing here in India, you wouldn't believe, but food tech and F&B sector is attracting more valuation than fintech and AI. Who would have thought, right? So no, for us, US still remains the investment markets. I largely work on the private equity and large cap size of the investments, but that still remains that. And in India, I think we are doing a bit well, but the valuation potential has increased quite a bit. And I don't think this is a temporary spike in the Indian, US, or the Asian markets. And I think this momentum is here to sustain and grow longer.
Hope so too. Ranchahar, are you also investing more globally? Do you agree with Gaurav regarding the India point of view on the subject?
Definitely, Anna. We were looking companies across the world. Only issue what we have is when I look at Japan or Korea or Indonesia or Malaysia, we don't know how the capped structures will work and money flowing out and flowing in. So India, if you look at, we are good at investing in Singapore, investing in Dubai, investing in UK, US and Canada, and Spain. Recently, what we picked up, it is the most difficult part. It took more than 3.5 months to understand the money flowing to Spain, getting the certificates and other things. I think that ease of movement of funds across the globe, currently at Indian context, it looks difficult from RBI point of time, because Reserve Bank of India, the national bank, has put many regulations. I think within that ambit, we are trying to play our game and understand these different businesses. Otherwise, we are open to global investments. We are seeing wonderful startups in Malaysia, Korea. Now, today we have seen many of them, and India anyway is a huge population. We have a lot of consumer brands, as Gaurav said, because that's where the investments in consumer and food tech is growing on. That's one of the reasons we're looking at.
I wish you all the luck on your way to discovering new great innovations. And Niral, how is Bangladesh looking in this picture? I read that more money, it's like in Bangladesh is a little bit different, more money from outside it coming into Bangladesh. Is it true?
Yeah, I think, I think we're still an early ecosystem compared to some of the others in the room. But I think, one number I could give, for example, is that all of last year in 2020, we raised maybe around $36 million into startups. I think we've already beat that in the first five and a half months of 2021. So the momentum is increasing, which is great. Another element is that, recently the central bank is encouraging financial institutions to take up licenses and start their own VC funds. And there's about 50 scheduled banks in Bangladesh. So a lot of them are now scrambling to start their own domestic venture capital arms, which is great. For us as well, another important element is the diaspora. Right. Mm-hmm. So, and especially because of what's happened during COVID, nowadays about 50% of our membership is actually outside of Bangladesh itself. So, we've got people in places like the US, UK, Japan, etc., Australia. So, we are now looking at deals around the world, not just in Bangladesh, because of that reason, right? Especially if they have some kind of a diaspora connection. So that's exciting as well.
Well, that's wonderful. That I'm really into open innovations and into open startups thing, because I believe that startups, it's about all of us, all over the globe. It doesn't have like cultural preferences, like skin of the color, the gender. It's just an innovation that helps all people all over the world. And I wish all the luck. And I'm really glad with the event today. We had seen some really exciting innovations. Please check them out. They are all at our event page. If you need any interest, you can ask us. We are really happy to see many new friends today and hope you will stay with us for next season and more seasons to come. Thank you, Lena. Thank you, Kate, for this great event. Thank you, judges, for coming. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. And I see you all at our upcoming event, the last Unicorn Battle summer season. It will be North America this Thursday. So please check it out, and I will see everyone at our Unicorn Cup finals to know what region will win, whose innovation beats it all. And we already know the 7 contestants. The 8th one will be known Thursday. So thank you all.
Thank you very much.
See you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks for coming.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great event today. Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you.